Okay, so when we use the EOQ, what is going to happen? Yeah, I'm going to claim this. So total cost when we are using EOQ. So we need to calculate the EOQ, right? Economic order quantity is equal to square root of 2COD over what? HCO. CO is the ordering cost, D is the annual demand. What is the annual demand from the question? 300,000. So 2 times 300,000. What is the ordering cost per order? 267. Holding cost? Holding cost?
2,000.
Holding cost per unit. This HCO is it not per unit?
10.
So 0.1. Can I have an answer, please? $40,000 and 25 units. Did I get that?
No.
25 units. Now, so that's the EOQ. We can decide to work with 40,000. Okay? We can decide to work with 40,000 units. Now, if this is the EOQ, then what will be the number of ordering? Number of orders. How many orders do you think we will make if this is the EOQ? That will be the annual demand over the Q. Okay? So the annual demand is 300,000. So economic order quantity means the quantity we order anytime we are placing what? An order. That is the economic order quantity. Divided by 40,000. What do we have? 7.5. So this is the number of orders. Then based on that, the ordering cost will be what? The number of orders times the cost per order, 267. So what do we have? 2,003 dollars. So now that we have the ordering cost, we need a holding cost. How do we calculate holding cost? Q over 2 times what? HCO. So what is our Q? 40,000. Hey, remember there is buffer there, right? So we have to take into consideration the buffer as well. I hope you know that. The buffer is 10,000. So this Q over 2 will be what? 20,000. So the total inventory including the buffer will be 20,000. What is the buffer? 10,000, and that will give us 30,000 units. So now we have 30,000 units. Our holding cost will be equal to 30,000 units. What is the holding cost per unit? 0.1, 10 cents. So what do we have? 3,000. So what will be the total cost then? 3,000 plus 2,003, 5,003. So that is the II aspect. Calculating the total cost under EOQ. Under EOQ. Then III, look at it. It says net cost or saving of introducing the ordering policy using the EOQ. So look at it. Under the old policy, when we were ordering every month, what was our total cost? What was our total cost? The first one we did, the I.
3,000.
So the total cost. Under the I, what was our total cost?
We had 3,204.
We had 3,204. 4. Okay. Hey, are you sure about that?
What was the ordering cost?
The total cost.
So it's a bit like
So total cost under that one, what did you say is you got? 54, 54. So look at it. If we decide to order every month, we will get a cost of 5,454. But if we decide to order using the economic order quantity, we will get a cost of what? 5,003. So if we decide to go for the economic order quantity, what is the difference? That will be the 451. That will be the cost savings the examiner said we should calculate. Because it will be better for us to do EOQ than to order every month. Because if we order the economic order quantity of 40,000, it will during the year we will do how many orders? Just 7.5. But if we order every month, we will be doing 12 orders, and that will affect our figures there. B. Calculate the net value in dollars to plot co of accepting the early settlement discount for product Q. So listen carefully. There is something that is happening in the B that we have to pay close attention to. For product Q, what is happening about product Q? Annual demand is how much? 456,000, and we incur a cost of how much? $1 to purchase it on a current credit term of how many? 60 days. We are told that the supplier wants to give us a 1% discount. If he does that, we have to make the payment when? Within 30 days. We are also told that the company can finance short-term finance with what? 5%. And the examiner said we should assume that the days in the year is what? 365 days. So how do we calculate the net cost? To calculate the net value of accepting the discount, we will have to find out what is our current trade payables. What will be our new trade payables when we accept the discount? Then what will be a change in the two? Then we'll find out how we finance that. So let's take it one after the other. So current trade payables will be what? What will be the current trade payables? Currently, we buy how much? 456,000 units, paying $1 per unit, isn't it? And we take how many days to pay? 60 days. So that will be 60 over 365. What we got? $74,959. So this is our current trade payable days. What will be the trade payable days after the discount? Sorry, trade payables when we take the discount. How much discount are they giving us? 1%. That means we won't pay the $1, isn't it? We'll pay 99% of the $1. So it becomes 456,000 times $1 times 99% times how many days? 30 over 365. I hope nobody is confused. I just hope so. 74,959. We go. 37105. Now listen carefully. Anytime we accept the discount, or when we accept the discount, that means there is not going to be a decrease in our trade payables, right? Of how much? $37,854. Now listen carefully. You remember that trade payable is a source of finance. Are you getting it? Hence, if we now decide to take the offer, that means this money we will have to go to the bank and go and what? Borrow it. So if we take the offer, then we will have to pay a finance cost of how much? What's the finance cost? 5%. So 37854 times what? 5%. What are we going to have for that? 1,893. So this is the cost we will incur in refinancing. But the question is, what is the actual value of the discount they are giving us? What is the value of the discount they are giving us? To get the value of the discount they are giving us, we need to find out how much we are paying. So discount, value of the discount. How do you get the value of the discount? What is the value of the discount? 4, 5, 6,000 times 1%, isn't it? Isn't it? They are giving us 1% of that figure. How much is it? 4560. Inti Sawusha, what will be the net value? The difference is the net value. This minus this is the net value. 2,667 dollars. That is the answer to the question. What you are saying. So calculate the payables using your current days. Calculate the payables when you accept the discount. Definitely there will be an increase, a decrease. That decrease you have to finance it with a short-term loan. Then get the value of the discount, subtract the finance, then you now get what? The net benefit. Should you accept the discount or not? That question was not there, but in this case, should we accept? Yes, because the value of the discount is definitely going to be more. So to some extent, we can accept. But there are other preambles that we can use to make that decision. So that's the answer for the 4B. Management. Wabnin Co. is considering using Miller All module to manage its cash flows. The minimum cash balance would be $200,000 and the spread is expected to be $75,000 required. Calculate the Miller All module upper limit and the return point. How do we calculate the upper limit? You say? Spread plus what? Lower limit. Why? You are tired or you are hungry? Which one? And the end point. What is the spread? 75,000 plus 200,000. What do I have? 275,000. We will close. Then let's close on this one. So that.
Sure.
Yes.
The risk moment.
Let's have my break. Return point is what?
Lower limit by 8 plus 1/3 of spread.
Lower limit plus 1/3 of the spread. So what is the lower limit? 200,000 plus 1/3 of the spread. What is the spread? So what do we have? What you say? 225,000. That's it. There you go. There you go. So now the day is over.
Are you shooting close? It's over there.
Hey, we can do it. You didn't do the risk. Why? So let's go. Obi hasn't made them no. Now you're watching cartoons. Eh? You're watching cartoons, eh? Okay, let's go. Zinto, that's question 2. Hey, question 2, number 3.
You should stop with the other one.
What's that?
The
Now say no a theory, move it to me answer now.
Discuss the connection between the rating cost of something and the creditor.
maybe the
Explain
Parity
the differences.
For those theories, you can answer. I will send you the marking scheme so you can read those things. Right? It's reading, so you can read.
Okay, let's do it.
Are you getting it? Because Mona must say more break. Until you send me here.
No break. Yeah, aren't you happy that you say that break?
I'm not happy.
Then let's do all the questions you have.
No, people want to break their fast, and others want to also sleep. So let's go to question 2. Zinto Co. is a medium-sized company whose ordinary shares are all owned by the members of one family. It has recently begun exporting to an European country and expects to receive how much? That's the key word. They expect to receive 500,000 what? Euros. Now it's very important for us to know what they expect to receive, not to pay, because when they are receiving, the calculation for money market hedge is going to be different. And when they are making payment, the calculation for money market hedge will also going to be different. So they are going to be receiving this figure. Okay? How many? 6 months time. Very important. Very important. The prospect of increased export to the European country means that Zinto needs to expand its existing business operation in order to be able to meet future orders. All of the family members are in favor of the planned expansion, but none are in the position to provide additional finance. The company is therefore seeking to raise external finance of approximately 1 million Ghana cedis. At the same time, the company plans to take action to hedge the exchange rate risks arising from its European exports. Zinto Co. could push cash on deposits in the European country at an annual rate of what? That means deposit in the European country is what? 3% per annum, and borrow at what? 5%. Okay. The company could put cash on deposit in its home country currency. Okay, so this deposit and borrow is the foreign currency, right? In Europe. And then now in Ghana, they can deposit at what rate? 4%, and borrow at what rate? 6%. Good. What? Inflation in the European market is how much? So H is 3%, and then in the domestic country is 4.5%. Let's go. The following exchange rates are currently available to Zinco. So we've been given the current spot rates, 2,000 euros per Ghana cedis, and then 6 months forward is 1990 euros per Ghana cedis, and then 1 year forward is that required. Discuss the reason why small and medium-sized enterprises might experience less conflict between the objective of the shareholders and directors than large entities. Is that where you said the sole trader or sole proprietorship? Were you the one saying that? So
I only said that normally the SMEs, they are one-man business, right?
they are not. SMEs are not one-man businesses. They not. It's nowhere near. SMEs, small and medium scale enterprises, they are not all. The word sole trader, we are sole trader won't do SME point level.
Okay, so normally they are managed by the owners.
That's the right word.
So I make them. So there's
Yes.
partnership I was made them.
Yes. So the reason why there is less conflict with small and medium scale enterprises and then large organization is that it's about ownership and what? Management. That's the first thing. With small and medium scale enterprises, almost all the owners are the same as what? The managers. But in large companies, ownership and management is what? Separated. That's one thing that we can say. Now, for the reason that ownership and management is undertaken, meaning that the organization will pursue the objective of what? The owners of the company. So there is less conflict of what? Interest. Because I am a company, we are shareholder, we are all managers of the company. If we are all managers of the company, then we only take decisions that will benefit us. Unlike large companies where management make their decision and they may take a decision that we don't like, and we may not be able to what? Influence because they have taken the decision already. So that's the difference. The key thing is about what? The ownership and management of it. So that is the idea about that. So So that is what we need to understand about that. Number 2, explain the nature of Mudarra contract and discuss briefly. This is about Islamic finance. Okay, this is about Islamic finance. Let me go there. Mudarra is just like equity finance. I think she mentioned it carefully. You see, in Islamic finance, they don't like what? Or they prohibit interest. They prohibit that I can't borrow you money and say I'm charging interest on it. So for that reason, they have a lot of financing scheme under Islamic finance. Now this is developing very well. Now in some UK universities, there are MBAs and then there are master's degrees, other master programs specifically on Islamic finance. It's developing very well. There are a couple of them. We have what we call Murabaha, NHYIRA, Mudarra, Musharaka, and then Shakuk. All of these things are the Islamic finance. Where is it? Now, so the Mudarra, which is here, is similar to equity finance. So that one is like a specialized partnership where one person provides the finance. I get it, and then somebody brings the expertise. So this is it. It's a specialized partnership. So I know how to manage school very well, but I don't have the money. You have the money, you also don't know how to manage school. So you bring the money, then I will manage the school. So I'm using my skills to manage the school. At the end of the day, we're going to share profits. But if there is any loss, who carries it? The provider of the finance. Because we see kind of. I hope you're getting the idea.
You also think the majority?
Oh, it depends. Sometimes it could be equal.
How am I bearing the losses?
Yes. Yes. So that is Mudarra for us. That's Mudarra for us. C. Calculate whether forward exchange contract or money market contract will be preferred by Zinco to hedge its future euro receipt. To hedge its future euro receipt. So the examiner is asking us, of these two, which one should we go for? So let's see. If we are using forward contracts, look at it. We are giving 6 months forward exchange rate here. So if we are using forward contracts, we will just refer to the 6 month forward because the money will be received when? In 6 months time. So in 6 months time, how much money will we get? In Ghana cedis. Amount to receive. Under the forward contract will be what? Now it is 1.990 to what? A Ghana cedi, isn't it? Inti say you receive 500 euros. What do we do? We multiply. Are you getting the idea? Since you have not watched all of the things, but this is an introduction. This idea you understand. So let's go. So. Hey, did I say we multiply? Yeah, we multiply, then we come and divide. And then we what? Say, we're 500,000. So we multiply, so in effect, we will be divided. So the amount to be received will be 500,000 euros divided by 1.990. What do I get in Ghana cedis? So this is how much money we will get if we use what? The forward contract. That's the first scenario. So the second scenario, money market hedge. Under money market hedge, how do we go about it? How do we go about it? Now in the question we are told that, now with money market hedge, there are techniques we go about it. When we are receiving money, what do we do? I gave you some stages. Do you have it there? Number one, I said, borrow the present value of the future currency, of the foreign currency today. Convert the amount borrowed into the home country currency and deposit it in the domestic currency to earn interest. What does it mean? So number one, we are going to be receiving how much? $500,000 in 6 months time. So we will go and borrow an equivalent of what? That money. So look at it. It means in the European, we are going to be what? Borrowing. Then when we borrow that foreign currency, we convert it to what? the domestic currency, and deposit it at what? This rate. Okay, so we borrow at the high rates, the foreign currency, and we deposit at the low rates in the what? Ghanaian currency. Very important. So how do we go about that? I think I put a table up like this the last time I was doing it. So stage 1, amount to be borrowed. So present value of amount to be borrowed. What do we do? Now, this is per annum, isn't it? But we are dealing with 6 months, so we divide it by 2. That will be what? 2.5. This is per annum. We divide it by 2. So that will be what? 2%. So we are going to be using this rate right here. So the present value of the amount to be borrowed will be 500,000 euros divided by 1 plus 0.025. Make sense? Present value. How much do we get? 487 805. That's the first step. Borrow an equivalent of the foreign currency. Then the second step is that convert that amount you borrowed into what? The domestic currency. So if we convert to home currency. What is the home currency? Ghana cedis. Now we will convert using the spot rate. So what is the spot rate right now? 2 cedis. 2 euros per Ghana cedis. So how much are we going to get in Ghana cedis? 487,805 divided by what? 2.00. Is it 2.00? Yeah. What do I get? And that's the amount in Ghana cedis. 243,903. I don't know if we said 3 or we said 2. Approximation of Moyana.
Yeah. It's 0.5.
It's 0.5. So it has to go to 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so look at it. First, borrow the present value. Remember the present value, that thing we are bringing here. This is like the Fisher concept, the 1 plus R. Okay? It's like the Fisher concept, the 1 plus R. Now, the 1 plus R there, the R here is the borrowing rate that we are using. So now we convert this money to the home country currency. Then the third step is deposit the domestic currency in a deposit account to earn interest. So number 3, we're going to deposit. Now we have the Ghana cedi. So we put it in a Ghana account, and so we earn what? This interest. So in 6 months' time, the money there will be how much? Will be 443,903 times what? 1 plus 0.02. Make sense? That will give us what? $452,781. So right now, the fourth step is that after 6 months' time, when we receive the 500,000 euros, by then, interest plus the amount we borrow would have been what? 500,000 euros. So we just take this 500,000 euros to pay for that foreign what? Loan we took, and we already have this money in our account. So we are not going to face any what? Forex exchange losses. Does it make sense? Yes, so we are done. So in the first stage is when we say that when the cash is received, when 500,000 euros is received, we use it to pay the foreign loan. And boom, that's it. So now, the money we want to receive, we already have it in our pocket right here. That's the idea here. You guys know that you are wrong. Is this not put 2? How can you divide this by 2 and get 4? Mbapa. 2, 4, 3.
And then who said 4? Then Shayi was 4.
No, there is no way you told.
No, but see, it's the same thing. The only difference was the 4. So maybe you had 4.
Then maybe you guys were also sleeping, so you didn't know that I wrote 4.
Then someone was also
2, 4, 3, 903. So give me the value again. Because that makes sure say you made a decision. So which one should they go for? I feel that makes sure figures. Now is a way to do 2, 4, 8.
7, 8.
Now listen carefully. If they use the forward contract, this is how much money they will get in 6 months' time. If they use the money market hedge, this is how much money they get. Which one gives them the bigger answer? The forward. Right? So, because in this question, the examiner said, for them to decide, so which of the 2? So, the forward contract gives them what? A higher answer, hence, you will go for it. Now, that profile is very important. One trust our profile now. Whatever you've done, it's meaningless. So, the company or Zinto Co. should use the forward contract since that gives it more value or higher value. So, D. Calculate the 1-year expected future spot rate predicted by purchasing power parity theory and explain briefly the relationship between the expected future spot rate and then the current forward exchange rate. Now, we can calculate forward rates using what we call the purchasing power parity or the interest rate parity. The purchasing power parity is where we are calculating the forward rate, taking into consideration what? The inflation in the 2 countries. And then the interest rate parity is where we are calculating the forward rate using the interest rate in the country. In this question, we were given inflation, so we have to calculate the purchasing power parity, and that is going to be, what's the formula? The current. So under the purchasing power parity, we say that the forward rate equals the spot rate times into bracket 1 plus HC over 1 plus HB. Am I right? The SO is the spot rate. What is the HC? Inflation in the foreign country, right? Is it in the foreign?
Yes.
And then this is inflation in the home country. So the numerator is the foreign, the denominator is the home country, right? So what is the spot rate now? What's the spot rate? The current spot, okay, so 2 times into bracket 1 plus. What is the inflation rate in the European country?
It's
3. So 0.03 over Ghana. So 0.045. So punch it out and let's see how much we get. 1.97. So the examiner said, what is the relationship? So this, when we calculate it, it is 1.97. But the forward contrast given there is what? 1.990. So you see that the gap is not really anything different. Yeah, it's almost the same thing. It's almost the same thing. So that's a 2-mark question that we are supposed to work on. So now this has come before. The examiner has asked this before, calculating the purchasing power parity. He has asked it before for students to calculate. We score Liverpool like 6-0 today. So let's go. Question 2E. Dalga Co. So Dalga Co is partly financed by 7% loan notes, which are redeemable at their nominal value of $1,000 per loan note in 8 years' time. Alternatively, the loan notes are convertible after 7 years into 110 ordinary shares of Dalga Co per loan note. The ordinary shares of Dalga Co are currently trading at 6.50 on an XD basis. The cost of debt of convertible loan notes is what? The current cost of debt of convertible loan notes is 8%. And I'll say, justify any assumption which you make. Calculate the current market value of the loan note of Dalgo using the future share price increases of I, 4% per annum, and then II, 6% per annum. So what do we do? Value of redeemable loan notes. What's the formula? Present value of what? The interest plus redemption. Remember that?
Yes.
Present value of the interest plus redemption. So we're going to put our schedule up here. Then we're going to put the cash flow up, the discount factor, and then what? The present value. So what is the KD? KD will be the discount factor. So the cost of the debt is how much? 8%. Can you all see that? 8%. Then to get the interest, when is the conversion taking place? 7 years. So 1 to 7 years, the interest will be 7% on how much? 1,000. What do we have? What does it? 70. Then at the 7th year redemption, so two things can happen on redemption. They can redeem it at nominal value of how much? $1,000, or take how many shares? 110 ordinary shares per what? $100. But we are told that current share price is how much? 6.5. And now we are told that, let's assume that it is growing at what? What's it? $6.5. And I'll say let's assume share prices are growing at what? 4%. So if share prices are going at 4%, then at the 7th year, what will be the market value of the shares? So share price in 7 years. In 7 years' time will be the current share price 6.5 into bracket what? 1 plus 0.04 exponential by 7. Giving it. What's it? 8 points. So 8.6. So this 8.6, the value of the share on conversion will be what? 110 times 8.6. What do we have? 946. I don't know if we said 940 now, we said 946.
It's 8.6 times 1.
946. Now, Inti, you are, what will you do? Will you convert or you will take your money?
I'll take my money.
So they would redeem the 1,000. So let's go to the discount table. We read the interest on the annuity table and we read the redemption on the present value table. So 8%.
So assuming that the share thing is, the value of the share was say 1,100.
Yes, then we will take that one as the redemption value.
So okay. So we did 1,100.
Yes, the one that is bigger is always what we go for. Are you sure it's not under some of those things there?
No.
Annuity. 5.2
206.
present value.
0.62.
So let's multiply. 70 by that, 100 by that.
It's recorded. Hear your voice. Yeah, I see.
They get the point, they don't know the
Fresh
person.
money. Grace is 1.42.
You hear my voice,
Where?
they don't know me.
70
Yeah.
times 364.
0.42.
What do we have?
987
Point.
9.42.
So that's the market value of the debt. That's the market.